Hey guys, hey, howdy. Um, yeah, no game just yet. I don't know if I'm gonna play a game in the next 90 minutes I have before going to work out. But like, right now it's like what, an hour and 40 minutes before I really need to like just leave the house. Yeah, I just gotta go to work in like 90 minutes. Yeah, 90 minutes. I need to get going. I need to go. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I know me getting online isn't something I normally do. Um, on the weekdays, outside of Fridays. Fridays, I'm really thankful for Ben and Ian who are playing Borderlands every Friday with me for a while, and it's been fun. It's been really good playing Neo. 2020 just has I I feel like I've been really drained over the past 6 months. Like I've been trying to get myself together. Like I know during the beginning of the year I had an instance of disassociation, and it really sucks. Disassociation pretty much puts pulls yourself out of the narrative and just watches you watch yourself and other people, but you don't actually participate. Hey CJ, hey, yeah, 2020 is really, it's just been weird for me. Yeah, I didn't expect myself to like stream today. At first, I thought I was gonna be playing a game just because I have nothing to upload for Saturday, without it being another Neo video or a Neo 2 video. I've been playing with Fate for a while too. So I've been playing Neo and I've been playing Neo 2 on my own. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's funny. I don't know how to start. I really don't know how to start this video, this stream that will be uploaded on YouTube. Like I have my food, might as well make it a mukbang because, when you talk through your emotions or you talk through what's going on, yeah, food. Food brings you comfort. Food is life. Yes, food is definitely life, CJ. I need water. God. No, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay eventually. I just don't know how to process it right now because I know my wife is very much in love with me and she helps me throughout the day, throughout the weeks. You can always message me. I've cooked all day since it was my last day off work. Yeah, I'll definitely message you later. Just I found it hard to be motivated for a bit. Like the back of my head, I was thinking, wake up 5ish, 5:30. I would have been streaming starting 6 o'clock, and things have just derailed. I found myself cooking, which is a great thing, and then I for the past 10 minutes actually. I was looking at my TV monitor. You know, I turned on PlayStation, and then I wasn't sure what to play. I was thinking about playing a little bit of uh, Until Dawn because I never really finished the playlist. So if I don't finish it, I feel like I'm better off deleting the videos on YouTube just because I didn't really complete it. But I do want to finish Until Dawn. There's a lot of things I want to finish, but then I feel very hesitant. Like I don't know if it's 2020 just draining the life out of me, or I might be going through a when you get the feeling for it, we could use a Monster Hunter. Oh, thanks. It's actually funny. The event for Alatreon just dropped today. So drop today, drop tomorrow. So yeah, definitely CJ. I can definitely jump on a Monster Hunter next month. Not next month. No. I want to fight this dragon, but It's been I do appreciate it. I do appreciate that me streaming and me making content has actually helped me go through depression. Like I'll I'll shoot. I'll just go ahead and definitely jump on. Actually, Monster Hunter for me is still downloading because we had a free title update. But it's actually funny making producing content has actually helped me curb my depression. Like I've been on and off depression for about like a couple years now, and I've only ever really like I acknowledged I had depression back in 2016, 2017, and then I curved over it, and I'm having instances to where I just sit down and just stare. Like I would stare at a screen. I'm staring at the screen right now, and it should be updating my Monster Hunter any time now. Like I want to kill something. I want to like make. I want to feel accomplished, and I think that's what a lot of the we suffer with a lack of accomplishment. Because like work is terrible. Work makes you feel like 9, 10 hours in a day of work should make you feel accomplished until the conversation like a few weeks, a month from now, and then I just wish that I don't know. Like I know I'm talking to you too, CJ, but I'm talking to the void too, just because I I'm very happy for the multiplayer content that I've had experience with. I've been very excited for being able to play a lot of these games and to talk to a lot of people. Joanna, my roommates, some of my coworkers have been very helpful processing my depression. I am trying to distract myself and to acknowledge there are people for me, but I need food. honestly, I honestly feel like I want to do just nothing. Like I know my energy can be spent doing better things. Like in the time that I sit here and just ramble, I could have done a lot of content. I could have just done more editing to finish up the stream that I had with Fate. I know that I could be reading. I could be doing a lot of things that can self improve myself. I know that there are things that I can do in the times that I'm just sitting, and it's gonna get better. I know eventually I'll stop feeling like I'm in a position to be frightful of what's going on in my head. Like I feel like I'm very paralyzed. I feel like there's a lot of emotions that are going through my head. I have a lot of thoughts that are conflicting, and it's causing me to just stop, to freeze. I feel like I'm freezing right now just because um, when I was at work, I made a made a joke at PTSD just because I don't have a better way of dealing with my own PTSD. Because for some people on YouTube, people on YouTube should have seen. I posted a video back in 2017 about me dealing with depression. 2015 was when I posted a video about moving on from my um, domestically violent situation, and that is a form of PTSD I have to deal with. I have to deal with the idea that I was supposed to trust in my parents. I was supposed to trust in my friends at the time to when I had experienced my what is it? I keep forgetting the words. My domestic violence. I mean, the TLDR is that back when I was growing up, I've said this already on YouTube, but back when I was growing up, I experienced a lot of situations of discipline from my folks, I thought it was normal. Kids are supposed to be are usually disciplined to help prove a point. But for mom, my mom had no better way to deal with her anxiety. She didn't have a way to deal with her emotions at work, so I think she just ended up. I felt, and my dad saw that I was on the receiving end of a lot of my mom's stress, and so she would always nitpick at every little thing that I did, and I was questioning my own self worth because parents are supposed to be a figure that you can trust, but when they are starting to hit you or to yell at you every 2 to 3 days or every 2 to 3 weeks, you start to question your own value. So my post traumatic my for me, what I go through in PTSD, I go through the idea that like I don't know if I'm able to trust authority figures. I can't trust myself trusting authority figures because I couldn't trust my mom. I couldn't trust my mom to like raise me, protect me if she was supposed to um, teach me values, and then for her to end up in a situation where she valued me based on my weight, she valued me based on the grades, she valued me based on my obedience, and for me to be valued as a son in that retrospect when I was growing up, it was hard to process. I think when I was a kid, I grew up loving video games because it helped me disassociate from my actual situation. When I jump into a video game, I would actually be someone else. I would be the character in the video game. I'd be playing Kingdom Hearts, and I'd be Sora fighting against the Heartless while trying to do whatever he could to see his friends, to connect the hearts, connect the dots. I remember when I was playing. God, what games? When I played Halo, I felt like I was supposed to be the hero that saved and processed the flood. And how's it going, CJ? And for me, video games was a coping mechanism for my post-traumatic stress when it came to like when I was growing up. So the TLDR, CJ, is I was just talking about how I experienced a domestically violent situation at home when I was a kid, and I thought it was basic discipline. You know, when parents are supposed to teach a lesson that you shouldn't do certain things again, that you're supposed to learn from your mistakes. But then when the process of learning your mistakes turns into just like punishments every 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 days, you start to question leadership. You start to question the figures of authority, like your parents. I found myself disassociating from my childhood when I would play video games. I loved playing Mario. I loved playing Pokemon, Mega Man. I played Spyro. I played Kingdom Hearts several times, several 10, 20 times. I played Halo. I played Uncharted. I played a lot of games that disassociated me from the situation that I had, and that situation was the lack of trust I had with my folks, the lack of trust I had in my brother, even, because I was in a situation where I have had leadership from my parents. I was supposed to trust the leadership I had from my parents. I was supposed to trust the authority that were my parents. And then I would have those instances of where my mom would discipline me and then take it too far. I would have instances of my mom threatening the both of us that if we didn't stop arguing, we were better off taking the knife that she put on the table and just hurting her, which was so fucked up. It was very fucked up that someone that I looked to for was telling me to do that. And it didn't help that whenever I had a situation of like my mom going too far with discipline, my dad wouldn't do anything because he was trying to keep the peace. Because if my dad decided to argue back, it would just break up the family. He didn't intervene to protect the to keep the family together, and I can't blame my father for trying to keep the family together. And then I can be upset that my brother, who would see me punished from my mom and have it taken too far, my brother wouldn't do anything. He would let me go through the process of being punished for being the receiving end of my mom's anger. My mom would find something to yell at. Why didn't I weigh this certain pounds? Why am I eating too much? Oh, why my grades are dropping? Sure, the grades dropping and trying to find your focus in school is very important. But when my mom forced me to be in a situation to where I had to lose weight in order to go see my friends, and then for her to not know, and for her to not realize that for me to drop those pounds, I had to starve myself. I had to take a boatload of like Pepto-Bismol to take a lot of laxative to push it out. Like for me to drop weight in order to go see my friends just for one day. One day I was able to go to a birthday party, but that was because her caveat was if I lose a certain amount of pounds, if I weighed less, by the time that happened, I can go. And it sucks. My childhood didn't help me trust leadership. It didn't help me trust authority figures. I was supposed to believe that my authoritative figures were supposed to be the ones that knew best. But when they start not using their powers correctly, when my parents failed to use their powers correctly, I come into a situation where I can't trust authorities, to where, sure, even supervisors, I can't even trust my supervisors anymore. I can't trust the leadership team as much anymore. Like, you're supposed to trust your leadership team, but then that's where I come from. I come from a situation where I was supposed to trust my parents, and for someone to tell me that I can't, that for me to trigger someone by accident, for me to for you to tell me jabbing at PTSD was wrong in front of people. You should have just taken me to aside if you thought it was so sensitive. I'm probably better off telling her that when I get to work anyways. And I don't know, like, it's for you to tell me, even in whisper, that puts me in a spot that gaslights me. I wish I can honestly handle my PTSD differently, and I honestly wish that me dealing with my childhood could have helped me appreciate leadership, could trust leadership, but I just wish that things were a bit different, you know, like my childhood isn't supposed to define me. I shouldn't be defined by I shouldn't be basing my actions on my own trauma. Like I've had trauma. Like I'm dealing with my trauma through jokes and through like jabbing at PTSD a little bit because it's a joke. PTSD is a complete joke. It ruins relationships. PTSD can sometimes lead people to death and to suicide, and I'm trying my best to go through it. People have the option to talk to the crisis text line at 741-741. People have the option to deal with their PTSD in their own way. If you're going to tell me that me joking about it is wrong, if you think the situation was so sensitive, that you have to tell me that I shouldn't talk about it that way. I shouldn't joke about that. Pull me to the side. Don't talk to me when I'm trying to work on while I'm trying to work. And you just like throwing a wrench in my system, and it sucks to where I wish. Like, sure, I chose the wrong time to joke about it. I just wish I can do it. Like, and I know that friends are there for me. I know that people are there for me to get through what I'm going through. Like, I go through a situation where I'm supposed to trust. I have an issue with trusting just because I can't. I have an issue trusting how people would react to me. I have an issue with trusting um, my vulnerability. If I'm able to be vulnerable with people, I have a sense of distrust. I don't trust people with my vulnerability because I feel like it's going to be taken out of context, and I feel like the cancel culture is really relevant, and cancel culture really sucks because people can easily take your words out of context. People can easily take your jokes out of context, and you feel distraught when you're confronted, when your clip taken out of context can ruin you in the workplace, can ruin you in social media. And I am very sorry. Sometimes, like, if I were to ever make a joke online or in person, like, I feel really bad that you would experience something triggering from me. But I think we can get through this. I think by being able to talk, by being able to be transparent in this kind of conversation, by being able to talk through your trauma, by being able to talk through your depression, talking through whatever issues that ails you. If you can't talk to a licensed counselor, and if you can't text to 741-741 to crisis text line, being able to talk transparent to someone, even if they're not vocally present to speak back, to comfort you through the situation, it helps. It helps if you're able to talk through what you're going through. And I just wish people can change. I wish people can come to a situation where they would approach each other with full context. And I wish that we can help alleviate each other from the stress that we all go through. I wish that things were a little bit different. I wish things could have been much better. I know that, but then again, I can't be the one to judge, because I know that I would yell or scream like throughout the night, and maybe this is a retribution, but like, I think I'll be okay. Being able to talk vulnerably like this, I think it's helping me a little bit, but I just wish that didn't break my train of thought. But yeah, so that's gonna be my little rant for today. This is me at the queue at church. This is me confessing, and give me a second while I get ready for Monster Hunter, because that's a thing. I can play Monster Hunter in the meantime, and I'll probably invite CJ into the call. I just gotta take a minute to finish up eating, and we'll just go through there. I'll be right back. But thank you.